Hey, what's up? I'm Kirk of Effectatron, and this is going to be a really quick tutorial. I'm just super excited to show you how I created this in like 5 minutes inside of Liquagen, which is the JangaFX suite. Has just released the alpha build of Liquagen yesterday. So if you have the JangaFX suite, I'll link to it below. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just think their product is insane. So JangaFX, if you watch this, go. Yeah, I don't know. But basically, it's super cool. So Liquagen is basically their new liquid version of Embergen. And if you don't know what that is, let's just go ahead and open it up because I'll show you because it blows my mind. It's very early alpha build, so like all the presets and stuff, like none of the thumbnails work or anything yet, at least for me. And if we let's just open just a new project. We'll say new project, save the current one. Nope. All right, so here it is, right? Here's the interface. Here's our ball. We hit R to reset and hit play, and voila. You're like, well, that's pretty cool, little liquid effect. Check this out. Real-time liquid. Let's move our sphere around. I don't like it. Hurts my head that this works so well. And let's just say restart again. And instead of doing this, let's move this around. So let's say play, and we'll just whoop whoop, splash 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 splash. Like that is absolutely insane. So let's just go ahead and create our scene. So with the default scene setup here, we'll just hit Control Z reset. We'll delete this, and first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna minimize this and go into C4D, and you can see where we're headed with this, right? So what I'm gonna do is open up a new scene, blah blah blah. Let's just delete everything because I don't care. We're gonna open up the asset browser. We're gonna type in wine. We're gonna grab a wine glass. There's this Redshift wine glass, but I like the shape of like this one. Maybe there's like another one that I like better. We'll grab this wine glass. That's fine. And I just want to change the shape of it because this is a little too tall for me. So we're going to go ahead and just delete the wine out of it. And we just have the glass. And we're going to take this and just throw an FFD on this. So we're going to hold shift and put an FFD. This is just a super easy way to modify stuff. So we go into our point mode and we just select all the tops of these by using our selection tool here. And let's just squat it down a little bit. And we can, if we want it to be wider at the top, we can do that just by scaling that in and out. So it's just like a really easy way to modify glasses and stuff. And then let's do the middle bit. So it's spacebar to go back to our previous tool used. Hit T again, and we'll just make it like a little thinner like that. I just think that looks like a nicer wine glass for me. Okay, cool. So now we've got all that. We'll just right click and say connect objects and delete. There we go. So we've got our wine glass. So let's go ahead and go to File, Export, and we're going to go with an FBX. So there's two things I've noticed. When we do when we're taking stuff into Embergen or Liquagen, as far as I can tell, when I do an FBX, it always comes in like pretty small, and I am in centimeters, and Liquagen is in meters, so that makes sense. But when I do it as an OBJ, it comes in big, and so keep that in mind. So we'll do FBX because it's easier, because FBX has the option to do selection only. So if you have like a full scene and you just want to grab this one thing, there you go. Okay, so we'll do that. We've got our selection only. We'll say okay. We'll call it glass 1. Cool. That's it. Now we open up Liquagen. We right click in the node graph here. Like it's all very familiar, very easy to pick up on. I love the interface. We're going to type in import. There it is. Whoop. And so just like C4D, all that stuff, and we'll say file path, and we'll choose our glass 1. And there it is. It's super duper tiny. We're gonna go ahead and connect that to our collider shape that's here. That way our water collides. If you zoom in here, you can see it's so small, so small. So let's just go down here to the scale of this and just type in 1000. It's gonna make it 10 times bigger. And we're going to say 10,000, we'll make it 100 times bigger, which basically would take it from centimeters to meters. So there we go. And so that'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And it's probably not the most accurate thing to do, but because we're all set up in meters and everything, it's just going to work fine. So here we go. Let's grab our sphere and pull it up. Whoop. This, the trickiest thing is, for me, the interface. Like, basically, this works more like Unreal Engine, where WASD fly around while you're holding right-click and stuff like that. And so going from this to C4D and back and forth hurts your head. But so good. Now we hit R, play, and there we go. We're missing. Let's try that again. Let's pull that over there. We can just keep pouring it. Oh, and we're still whiffing. Okay, hold on. We're missing the hole. All right, let's grab our glass and pull it up a bit. And rotate, which is not R, it's E. No, it's W. W for rotate. Slide that around. That's an old Andrew Kramer joke, if you ever got that. Okay, hit R to refresh everything. Spacebar to play, and we still have no depth perception. So let's go ahead and grab this, slide it over till we're getting in our cup here. Here we go, like that. Yeah, maybe a little off to the side. Yeah. And so what I want to do, like nuts, right? Blows your mind. So it doesn't really fill up, though. I haven't quite figured that out. So let's go ahead and, but it does and it doesn't. We'll see. Okay, anyway, like I said, just came out yesterday. Just used it this morning. So I'm not an expert on it, but I do want to show just the ease of use is obviously there, that I could take it in like 10 minutes and make what I made. So that's a pretty big testament for how cool this software is. So let's go ahead and go to our emitter, and let's just up the rate of flow to like 2. So it's just going to be more water, meters, cubic meters, right? And then the speed, we're going to crank that up a little bit, and we'll see when we play, it's going to shoot that out like that. So, you know, really, right? And then back it down. Sorry. Like that. That's like a pour, right? Oh my gosh, real time. It's stupid. That's great. I like that. We'll just leave it like that. That's like if you're pouring it out of a wine bottle, right? So then you can just put a wine bottle back here. Cool. Neat. This is looking good. So now what? Okay, let's just go ahead and make it like a little more polished. So let's go into our simulation node here, and we're going to smooth it a bit. We're not going to worry about that too much, and we're going to generate SDF on smoothing. Whatever, that's totally fine. But the ISO value, all that stuff is fine, but we're going to go in here to the simulation, and we're going to take our voxel size and put it in half, so like 0.06, and apply and reset. That's just going to make it a lot more polished. So now we hit play, we get even more like thin little splashes and stuff. So cool. There we go. So like what, 280, not bad. Pretty cool, right? Looks good. So now what? Well, we right click and go to export mesh. Okay, simple enough. Grab our mesh from our simulation here. Plug it in there. And we're going to do an ABC, and that is an Olympic. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to choose where we want to save this. And we're going to say as wine tut right there. Nope, that's not a real folder. We'll make a new folder. Wine tut. Put it there. Select. Name it as wine tut 1. No, just wine tut's fine. There we go. And we're going to say number of frames. We'll say 280. And do we want to start at the beginning? Let's see, refresh. R. I mean, it really doesn't even hit there until like, that's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. Hit export. Look at it go. It's so fast. I'm not speeding this up. It's crazy. It does get a little slower as it goes, obviously, because it's more and more and more, but pretty good, right? Okay, now I'm going to pause it until it finishes. There we go. It took probably like 1 minute more. So that's cool. Now we go back into Cinema 4D. We go ahead and we say, actually, I don't even know where import is anymore. To be honest with you, I can't find it. I don't know. But we'll just open up our, I just realized that earlier today. I was like, wait, where's import? But we're going to go here to wine tut ABC, drag it in, say okay, and we're just going to go ahead and copy that. If you hit play on this, check it out. Whoosh, our whole simulation is there, just like that. And we'll go back into our scene here with our glass, and we'll hit paste, and we'll take our glass. Let's go ahead and add a backdrop to this real quick. Actually, let's just grab both of these and go into like a new project that has my lights and stuff set up, just for the sake of speed. And we hit paste. There we go, wine glass. And obviously our wine glass is not in the right spot, so we'll have to move it. So that is the first thing that I would say is, but look at that, is when you do build it, put your material where you want your object that you're going to collide with, where you want it before you send it out. It's probably something that a lot of people that do, simulations know already. but that's where we're at. Okay, so I'm learning. But go ahead and take this, and let's go ahead and we lifted it up and tilted it over, right? So like that. And we'll pull it up a bit more. And this should be about right. Play. We'll go to like the end. We'll make sure we're not clipping out. I think I rotated it too much. Let's go ahead and grab material here from my material pack. Just like a low dispersion glass. Throw it on there so we can actually see through this. There we go. Now it's easy to plop it up where we want it to be. And this is why you do it beforehand and not afterwards. Like that. That's it. Cool. Yep. So now what we can do is go back in here, and I have like a water material that I've made. We'll take that. We'll throw this on the liquid here. We'll just take a look at this real quick before we do anything crazy to this. Amazing, right? Amazing. So here's what we do. Here's one thing I like to do. If you look at this, you know, it's very dense and it's a little jagged. And rather than throwing it in a subsurface division, which is going to make it more subdivided, but also smooth, but sometimes it doesn't work well, what we're going to do is actually just, we're going to take a look at this real quick. We'll go with quick shading like this, constant shading. And we're just going to throw a deformer on there, hold shift and do smoothing. And this smoothing actually is going to work a lot better than the SSD. And we can dial it in and see it in real time. You can see how it kind of smooths it out a bit. So we don't want to do it too much. But I want this flow bit to be a little smoother. So you could play around with that for your scene. But I think this smoothing works really well. And it works fast. And it doesn't add any geometry. So pretty cool little trick there to get that going. I can't believe how cool this works. All right, back to this. So now, let's take our water. Okay, let's open up the render window. And we're going here, and we'll go down to transmission color, and we'll turn it red, like a deep kind of purpley red, like that. Okay, and then we'll come in here to the scatter color. We'll do kind of a lighter red, and we'll do like 0.2 on the scatter. And we'll get there, maybe a darker. And we'll up the anisotropy. And we'll make this a little lighter. And we can start bringing this up just a smidge, like 0.3. And maybe make this just a bit more dark red. And there we go. Let's do it just a smidge more. Everything's in a smidge. That's how I work. Smidges. This is just like ever so slightly wrong. That's pretty good. Let's make this a little redder. This when they mix, it should be pretty solid. And then 0.4. And we'll just make this darker again and a little more red and a little more dark. We're going back and forth here. But yes, anyway, you get this. Oh, now, okay. Yes, have we done it? Oh my gosh. Do you know what we just did? We turned water into wine. Oh my me. No, stupid. Oh, what a stupid setup for a dad joke. Okay, so let's say that works good. Let's go ahead and tweak our wine just a little bit more. Let's dial it in. I really wanted to get just right, so we'll say 0.98 for that anisotropy. And let's take this and go just a little bit redder, like that. A little bit redder. It's somewhere in the red is the secret here. There we go. And then this, maybe we make this a little more purple. I know I just did this like 10 minutes ago. And I've completely forgot. So we'll do a darker purple there. Lower the depth down to like 0.2. Too low, 0.33. We're just typing in random numbers at this point. But yeah, there we go. That looks really good. I like how it's like light on the edge, but not right there. Where it's thin, but here it's thick. Perfect. So we've turned water into wine, and now we have this amazing, cool render. We did, what, 240 frames? Did I type that in? I think I did, right? I'm going through my glass here just a bit, but I probably just have my glass in the wrong spot. Oh my goodness. But we can render this out. Another thing we can do is if you ever bring your stuff in and it's like not clipping right, basically you can come in here. We'll go into the scene here, and inside of our simulation and our collider, actually, I think our collider is totally fine. But inside of our simulation, we can go into our shape. Here it is. The import shape. We can lower the size of our collider voxels, so basically we can get like a closer to the edge so we don't clip through and that kind of stuff. We don't have like a buffer. So that's kind of like the thickness setting inside of C4D. But there we go. We took it from there to there in, what was that, like 15 minutes, and with me explaining it and tweaking colors and stuff. That's amazing. So cool. So we can tweak with the smoothing a little bit. Crank it up. Maybe it'd be too much, so maybe we should do like 10. There we go. And we'll get this camera. We'll do like a 35 mil, and we'll turn on some bokeh. We'll zoom in like close, like wow. We'll do like a real tight, like something like this. We'll say depth of field right there, and render that. This is kind of a better shot though, but we'll see. But there you go. We can say like 16 for the aperture. Nice. There we go. Splash. And just like that, you've got a liquid sim in your scene that was really cool. And you can do animations. You can bring in an Olympics and stuff like that. So if you have the animation and stuff, you can throw that in there. So you can have like something move around and do it. But there. I mean, how cool is that? Right? All right, I'll do 50. Wow, 50. And frame it up like so. And do a little depth of field right there. And hit render. We might turn off all of our lights except like a backlight maybe and see if that looks cool. But I think we'll wrap it up here. I just wanted to give you a quick taste of just the power of JangaFX and the Liquagen. Super cool. We've barely scratched the surface, but as you can tell, it's pretty awesome. Da-da-da-dee-dee. And of course, I could change the viscosity and stuff of this. So if I didn't like how much that was like splattering, because like mine doesn't splatter like that. Check it out. We go in here and we back it up. We go into our simulation and we go into the stickiness and we say like 2%, just 2%. And we'll go, and now it's just gonna be a little less splashy, right? If you want to be real sticky, you make it like goop. It'll just do that, right? So very cool. Barely scratched the surface, but super awesome. You can come in here and just figure that out and tweak it within a few minutes. So just have fun playing around with that. So cool. And that's how you take it into After Effects and everything. I like that. If you just like, you know, you don't have to do the whole animation, right? You can just do it still. So if you like the way you render out better with like a 0.88 stickiness, we'll hit play like that. And we like the way that looks. What we can do is go to export mesh and we'll say, what's this frame? What's that? 213. We'll say first frame is 213 and number of frames is 1. We'll save this as wine tut underscore. Okay, we'll export that. It's going to go all the way through and then hit that frame. Boop. And we can come back in here, do the same thing with that. We just say wine tut underscore, just like that. Bring that in, copy, go back to where we were, and paste. Grab that liquid, grab that smoothing, put it on there, and we'll just hide that one. And now we have that same shot. We might turn the smoothing down even more. There we go. But yeah. Okay, there you go. I mean, that is just a super fast demo really into JangaFX and how to take it from there, create something in there, take it from there. So cool. So, so cool. I mean, we could put like caustics on this, and I bet this would look absolutely amazing. Dope. Cool. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you want more JangaFX stuff, let me know because I love playing around with it. It's awesome. So, see you next time.